You know, with age, you have to work twice as hard just to be half as fit as you used to be. So easy to take for granted the benefit of youth. You put a little bit of input into something and you'd get a lot out of it. The slow decline after 40. I'm 51 now. I don't see the world any different. Some would say I don't even act my age. I still enjoy the things I really enjoyed from 20 years ago, whether it's cycling, enduro, good company with the right people. What I've learnt with riding and what I see with riding is how easy it is to underestimate the physical fitness you require just to ride a bike. I saw firsthand the difference this made when I was really trying to have a go at racing over 10 years ago on the East Coast, mixing with and being exposed to the best riders in the country, and some of whom are among the best riders in the world. It's no secret now. It's being recognised by sporting organisations around the world that motocross, or just intense dirt bike riding in general, be it enduro cross, desert racing, just the intensity of riding a dirt bike to its potential, is openly recognised as one of, if not the most physically demanding sport in the world. And they measure this by a heart rate. All the best athletes in the world, the highest heart rates that are maintained are some of the supercross riders and motocross riders. And I think there's even studies that have showed that swimmers or runners simply aren't able to reach and maintain those heart rate thresholds because they're not under any real threat. You know, it's an unnatural thing to have your body flying through the air and swinging off this mechanical device. With the intensity of the workload that's happening, combined with that fight or flight mechanism, dirt bike riders' heart rate just goes through the roof. The way I explain it to people, go to a gym and pick the most hardcore apparatus you can think of. Strap yourself into that thing and just go for it. Try and hold that for 30 minutes straight and get your heart rate maxed, and you hold that there for 30 minutes. Now imagine you on that machine strapped to the back of a ute doing 100 down a motorway. If your heart rate drops below a certain point, you and that apparatus are going to get ejected off. That pretty much summarises dirt bike racing at a competition level. And the point I'm trying to make with all of this is that it all comes back to underestimating the physical requirements of even operating a motorcycle as soon as you go off-road. And I see it all the time where you can have fairly capable riders that they look pretty good on the bike, and they've got enough confidence to start to take on some challenging terrain off-road. But then as soon as the challenges begin and they start to wrestle the bike, the heart rate goes up, what little composure they may have started with on the bike goes into survival mode. They lose all their technique, decreasing their skill level from an intermediate rider back to a beginner. And this is the problem. A lot of people are literally swiping their bank cards into the world of adventure, but they've never been off-road bike fit. And it all comes back to that heart rate going up, confidence going down, survival mode, all technique out the window, and just wrestling a bike into a nightmare situation and not knowing how to get out of it, not even wanting to be in it. Look, the coaches have got their work cut out trying to teach off-road to a first-timer who's learning off-road on a 200 kilo plus street bike. They're street bikes with a bit of suspension and some off-road tyres. It's effectively all these adventure bikes are, most of them. The challenge these coaches have is they are trying to coach someone who wants to join in at level 10. They want to sprint before they even know how to crawl. And this sounds harsh, but it's the reality of a huge majority of people Instagramming their way into adventure. They're seeing the imagery, they're seeing the marketing shots, they're seeing the most magical destinations around the world. And it's like, that's me. I'm going to be there, independent, with my top box and all my stuff. And I'm going to ride this bike out to these mountains, and that's going to be me. And they realise that before they're even 1/50th of the way in, they can't even ride the motorcycle off-road. These big bikes loaded up with luggage going to all these far-flung destinations out in the off-road world, it really does require a lot of off-road instinct. People would enjoy themselves tenfold more, be so much safer on the bike, and could travel so much further if they had some off-road instinct. And you'd be surprised where these instincts begin. We've all done it. As kids, we all learnt to ride bicycles. I lived on my BMX as a kid. You know, 2 wheels are natural for me. It really is that bonus with age. You're not just static in a gym on some apparatus repeating a technique that pretty much offers you nothing in the real world other than some bigger muscles. As we age and we enter that sensory decline, it's not just the muscles we got to keep strong, it's our senses, and just jumping on a push bike and finding a trail. It can be anything. It can be a little circuit from where you live to where you work, down a footpath, casing a few driveways, crossing a little waterway, dodging a few cars down a road, climbing a big hill, and the sensory, the balance that's involved, the cognitive, that right there is already the best coaching you're going to get to start your journey towards being a more capable rider on one of these big units. And then it's a steady progression, you know, like the majority of people buying these adventure bikes and then realizing, holy shit, I can't even do this. I need coaching. The amount of money that you will spend on coaching to get any value out of it, to even begin to absorb what they could actually be teaching you, you're better off putting that money towards a little dirt bike. Parking your big unit in the shed, leave it alone for a bit, and go and learn how to ride off-road in the dirt. Fall, pick it up, climb some hills, go down some hills, slide out in some corners, tuck the front. Because let me tell you this, right? There is a movement, it's a marketing movement of the best adventure bike riders in the world, right? All of them. Chris Birch, Paul Taras, Kieran Mirabet, the new guys that are coming in, Kevin Garlis, you know, Johnny Walker's now on an adventure bike. Ricky Carmichael's riding adventure bikes, right? They're not good adventure bike riders. What they are is masterful dirt bike riders. And they're just treating these adventure bikes like dirt bikes. They don't learn how to do stuff. They already know how to do it. And this is the point, right? Once you have some core dirt skills learnt from a smaller bike, You just apply those skills and that knowledge and those instincts to the bigger machine. Everyone just trying to start at level 10 and go get some coaching on this massive thing. It's honestly like just trying to hop into a fighter jet, click your seatbelt in, go, right, how do I fly this thing? Some of these high horsepower, big bikes, huge weight, you come off the tarmac, anyone can go in a straight line around a few corners on the tarmac. But as you know, as soon as that thing sails off-road, you are now in a whole nother dimension of motorcycling that I think a lot of people understand they're not even equipped for. Once you have the skill set to actually understand them, then you actually know what to buy and what to set up and how to customize and create personal adventures. Not try and fit that Instagram image of the next influencer, you know, that's just... If you've come this far in the video, just try and absorb what I'm saying. You know, you're just stuck in this shit-scared loop at trying to be at level 10. I would park the big bike up for a bit, dial it back, get your fitness up. It's a pretty basic formula if you're willing to just reset yourself, rebuild yourself as a rider. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and share it and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Cheers.